The attacks on the BBC by the government continue, with Hugh Merriman, who went. He's the transport minister. He's not really that significant, and he should really be doing something else. He should be dealing with the railway problem, but instead he's pootling on about the BBC and listening to the news quiz. Well, the news quiz is entertainment; it's not news. And he says that it's biased against the Conservatives. Well, I think everybody's biased against the Conservatives at the moment, because the purpose of satire is to attack people in power. There's no point in being satirical about the Labour Party. It's not in power. It might be getting ready for power, in which case one could attack it proleptically, but it's not in power at the moment, so there's very little purpose in attacking Keir Starmer. And you don't need parity in satire. It's a completely misplaced criticism, and it comes hard on the heels of Lucy Fraser's inept and utterly inane interview yesterday, both on the BBC and then on Sky, where she struggled to give examples of bias. The only example she could give was that the BBC had to retract a statement it had made about the attack on the hospital in Gaza. There are plenty of instances where the BBC can be questioned about its bias, but I don't think that does anybody any good. Bias is simply one way of dealing with impartiality. That is the way that the BBC has attempted to interpret impartiality recently. But there are many ways of interpreting impartiality. And today, Merriman was talking about, for 10 minutes, all I heard, and it wasn't satirical, it was just diatribe against Conservatives, not the government. And I did listen to that and think, for goodness sake, where is the balance in that? He was talking to Kay Burley, and she said, well, it's a satirical show. And clearly Merriman didn't find it particularly funny. And all of this is to buttress the idea that Ofcom is now being given further work to do. I mean, again, what is the point of giving more work to a company like Ofcom that doesn't do the work that it's already been tasked with doing? What is the point? Ofcom is the, quote, media watchdog. It's like a poodle sitting down on the job, rather than some sort of ferocious canine that's actually going to scare people into compliance. You don't scare. You're not scared by Ofcom. You give it a sausage.